In this video, we will be exploring how to do quality control of Revit projects that were modeled from point clouds. We will be using Qbitec for a real-time workflow, and it's as simple as this. You select your model elements, you click on the button, and the point cloud is colored based on how far the points are from the actual model. Let's go. So, you got a point cloud to model from. You open up Revit and you start working. But before you hand over the work, there is a tiny thing to check. Does your model actually match the point cloud? This is especially important in remodeling projects because existing buildings have their own personalities. Walls are slightly crooked, corners are a little bit weird, and floors are never perfectly level. Basically, all of the little surprises that never show up in a clean design model. So in this video, I will be reviewing the quality assurance features of the Qbitec plugin for Revit and show you how they can help you quickly spot where your model matches the scan and where it doesn't, and what might you want to fix before handing it over. If you haven't heard of Qbitec for Revit, it's an add-in that makes working with point clouds way less painful. You can load huge point clouds from your hard drive or network drive, or even stream them directly from Navis Ivion without downloading the full file first. It also adds some really useful visualizations like the X-ray view, plus a bunch of other features that make everyday point cloud work in Revit much smoother. I did a full in-depth review of Qbitec last year, so you can check that video out. Link will be up in the cards above and down in the description of this video. Now, to follow along, you can download Qbitec for free. Just use the coupon code Balkan for a 30-day trial. Link will be up in the cards above and also down in the description of this video. And full disclosure, this is a sponsored video. Now, without any further ado, let's jump straight into Revit. And here we are in Revit. So this is the model that I'm going to be using. This was actually modeled from a point cloud by using Qbitec to load in that point cloud and manage it. Now let's jump to the Qbitec tab, which is something that you're going to get once you install it on your computer. And here we can see all of the tools that come with the Qbitec plugin. So first thing that I want to do is turn on the point cloud visibility, toggle that on, and now we can see that point cloud. And the next step is obviously going to be to run quality analysis. So what I'll do first is I'm just going to select all of the model elements here, and then I'm going to go to Qbitec and then click on quality analysis. Now that's going to run quality analysis. As you can see, it's really quick. It's like a second and it's done. And here we can see what that looks like with these colors. Now we want to actually check what does this color map show. So if I open that up, as you can see, this is the flatness check. However, we have multiple other color maps that we can choose from, and we can also add our own profiles. So in this case, I want to run a tolerance check first. So when I click here on this little edit profile button, here I can make changes. So for example, I can set the worn maximum here. So for let's say for the green, which is going to be good, we can say, okay, we want that at, for example, 20 millimeters on both sides. Then we can say past that, if it goes past 20 millimeters, but up to 50. Not ideal, but it is passable. And then we can say, okay, but run it up to 300 millimeters, and whatever is outside of this, it's going to show up in red. So this is how we can assign the tolerance analysis values, and then we hit apply. And now, as you can see, it's going to apply that over here in the model. So the next thing is going to be to now explore the model. So for example, these areas in green, they all look good, everything seems to be fine. However, I see over here a lot of red, and it seems to be kind of connected with this compressor. So let's explore that. I'm just going to select that compressor and then go to Qbitec and hit on update. So it's just going to show me for that particular item. And here we can see a lot of red around it, so I think it's not in the correct position. So let's try to mend that. So I'm going to go down here and open up the south elevation. Here I can see that compressor, and I'm just going to move it. See here how it kind of shows the outline of it. So if I just kind of overlap it with that and go back to the 3D view and then go here and hit update, now as you can see it lights up in green. So now we actually have it in the correct position. So this is how we can easily use this tolerance check to see if something is out of place or needs to be moved a little bit. Now what's really good about this process is, as you can see, it's in real time, so you're immediately getting your results, so you don't have to export, run some long analysis, then import it back in and then make your changes. So it's really efficient. Now moving forward, let's talk about flatness. Now this is really important. As we talked about the renovation projects, usually the floors are not going to be flat. They are going to have some variability there. So we can actually check that. What I'm going to do now is just make a selection of the model like this, go into filter, I'm going to click on check none, and then let's just check the floors. Hit apply, okay. And now go here to Qbitec, and then I'm just going to update for floors, but I'm going to change the color map from the tolerance check to the flatness check. So now it's going to look like this. And then of course for the flatness check you can edit that profile as well. Here as you can see it goes from a minimum of 0 millimeters up to a maximum of 150. Perhaps you can say this is a bit too much. Let's go just to 50, hit apply. And then here we can see now, once we refine this, here the tolerance to 50 does show some changes in the flatness, especially on this bottom floor. Not the top one so much, but the bottom floor definitely. And now let's move forward to the completeness check. So here we have completeness. So what I'll do before I select that, I'm just going to select the entire model like this, go to Qbitec, hit update. So now it's just going to update for the flatness, but of course we don't want that. I'm just going to change it, the color map to completeness. So if I select this and then go back to the model, here we can see what's going on. So here obviously we have something outside of the window, so that doesn't matter. We're not going to be modeling what's outside of the window of the building, and here everything seems to look fine, but here we have some issues in the front. So what I'll do is I'm just going to adjust my section box a little bit, perhaps like so, and then I can look at this from the other side. And here it's kind of quite obvious what's going on. So we can see that here we have these items that are connected to the pipes and some mechanical equipment, I guess, and or some plumbing. But yeah, here we have 2 of these. But here it seems we should probably have 1 more. So 1 more of these is missing, and then 1 more of these units here. I'm guessing this is some sort of a control unit or something like that, and this is perhaps an electric motor or a pump. So there we go. We can obviously see that this item is missing, and now we can proceed to model it in Revit. And that is going to conclude this quality analysis workflow in Qbitec for Revit. For me, the biggest advantage is that it makes the model checking very visual. You don't have to explain every issue with long comments. You can just show it where it is in the model, where it fits and where it doesn't, and where something might be missing. Now, of course, the result is only as good as your setup, so the point cloud needs to be aligned correctly and the tolerance values need to make sense for that project. But if those basics are in place, this can make quality control much faster, especially for remodeling projects where the existing building is never as clean as the Revit model. What you do not need to do is to model everything as your kind of best guess and then send it over for quality assurance to check the model and enter into this long iteration loop. What you can do instead is actually check correctness while you're modeling. So if you want to try Qbitec for yourself, I'm going to put the link up in the cards above and then also down in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.